Hi guys, this is Sai Kumar Kortiwada. In this video, we will learn about default props in SolidJS. So what are props and why to use these props we'll see with an example. Let me quickly jump into Visual Studio Code. Now what I want to do is to achieve and to know about the props, we'll try to create the components and we will inject that components in one another. So what are props? Props are some properties which we can pass the data from our parent to child and child to parent. How to pass the data and how to get the data from parent to child and child to parent we can do by using props. And these props are read only. That means you cannot change the values of a props. And we will see all the different ways using these props in SolidJS. So how to pass them, how to change them, how to update the values, how to give a default values, everything we'll cover in this video. So let me go here and create a signal. As we know, creating a signal is a state for that particular function if you create that state inside that particular function. So now I'll create a signal in this. So creating a signal acts like a state. So let me use something like age and set age is equal to, I'll use something like create signal. So let me go with signal and give a default value as 10. Let me consider the age as 10. Now what I want to do is I want to create a child component. So let me create a file called as child.jsx and let me use scomp. This is a snippet which we can use to create a component. Let me format this and save this. Now let me copy this child and inject in our component. So what this child should do is I want to show a age inside this child. So let me go here and inside the child let me create a h1 tag, or you can use any tag, and let me use age hyphen and I want to show the age whatever the parent contains. That means the age I want to pass to my child and show over here. So how to pass that? Let's see. Now I'll pass this by using age and age. I want to pass a value or a reference. We'll see about that. For now I'm passing only the value. So let me save this. Now I have passed this age and how to receive it. You can receive it inside your function parameters like props. You can name it anything. For now I am using props. And let me print this for our understanding. Props. And these props will have the values or the properties which we are sending to our component. So this acts like a properties or attributes to our child, and this child can access these properties by using these labels. So now I can use this age for accessing inside the props. So I can display over here, that is nothing but props.age, and save this. Now go here and just reload this. So there is a problem, reference error, child is not defined. Why we are getting it? Because we need to import this child. Let me import the child and save this. Now go here and just reload this. You got age and 10, and this is something inside our component. And if you open this, you got a age property, and that age contains a value called as 10. So that's why you are able to access this 10 value. Now what I want to do is I'll just update this age in my parent, and that should update my value inside my child component. Let's see whether it will be happening or not. Let me use a button and let me use update age, and here let me create on click, and this on click I'll just use set age and I'll be getting the previous age value and I'll update it by 1. So whenever I'm updating the age, it has to update the age property, and that should also update the child property. Let's see whether it is updating or not. Let me go here. Let me clear this off and let me hit this. It is getting updated. So 15, 16, 17, everything. So whenever there is an update in the age value, then automatically that prop will be passed to our child component. Now I want to use a destructuring for our props in SolidJS. What will happen if I do a destructure? So for example, I want to destructure this with age and I'll be getting it from my props. So props will be destructured and I'll be getting a age property so that I can use this age property over here. Let me save this. Now let me go here and just reload. You got the value 10, but whenever you are trying to update that, it lost the value and it is fixed with the default value. Why this is happening? Let's understand that. Actually speaking, this is a signal. So whenever you are using a signal and whenever that value gets updated, it should notify to all its consumers to update its value. So that is what the approach. But whenever we try to destructure, it loses the reactivity. So the process of reactivity is whenever the property gets updated, that respective consumers should get updated. But whenever you destructure these props, then automatically this age property will lose its feature of reactivity. So that's why it is always recommended not to destructure the direct props. So now we can use only props.age. This is one scenario, no destructuring. And the second scenario is, for example, I am using a const variable where I have used something like updated props is equal to, I want to go with object dot assign of, I want to assign a new object with the existing props, or you can assign something like name also, for example name Sai. So my total props will be name and the age property. So let me use this updated props and get the age value. So this age is coming from props and this name is the default value whatever I am giving over here. Let me go here and just reload this, and also let me print this name value. So let me use updated props dot name, which is fixed value. Let me save this and you are able to see Sai, and let me update this age. Even at this case the age is not getting updated. Why? Because you are using object dot assign. Even if you use object dot assign, it will lose its reactivity. So we should not use object dot assign as well. Do not use. And what to use? If I want to combine the default props with the props which are passed from the parent, if I want to combine this, what is the method which I can use? Actually speaking, Solid is providing a utility called as mergeProps. So we will be using that mergeProps to update our props. For example, I am using the same type of approach, but instead of using object.assign, I am using mergeProps. And this mergeProps will not lose the reactivity nature. So it will persist its reactivity and it give the reactivity features even for the props. So for example, let me use this here and let me save this. Now you have the age and the name. Let me go here. Updated props is not defined. Let's see updated props and save this. So it should not come from the client. So let me remove this and save this. It should come from the merge props of SolidJS. Let me go here and clear this off, reload. Now you got the name and age. When I click this, it is getting updated because it is not losing its reactivity. So whenever you don't want to lose the reactivity, and if you want to merge or if you want to combine your props with any of the other object, then use merge props. Even without using any updated values, you can use merge props. For example, go without a new properties. For example, in this case, const updated props is equal to merge props of props and save this. Now let me try to destructure this with age, and don't use this merge props, and let me remove this name, save this and go here. Let me reload. You got 10 and it is not getting updated. Why? Because again we are destructuring here. So even if you use the merge props, we should avoid destructuring. So that's why let me use updated props and copy this updated props, put it over here dot, and these props will be merged with the other props. Here we are not merging, but if you want to store in some other variable, then you can use merge props. And let me go here, reload, and when we update this, it is getting updated. So that's how you can use your merge props for merging your properties, and also to create a variable, and also to get the updated or reactive nature from parent to child. In this way we can pass the data from parent to child, and we can receive the data by using props. And if you want to update that props, immediately we have to use merge props, and merge props will only help us in not losing the reactive nature, but you cannot change these props. So whenever you try to change this, these are read-only props, so you cannot change them at any point of time. Only parent have the capability to change them. Let the child take care of it, re-update the values based on the values which are passed from our parent. So that's about your default props, and this helps you to understand parent and child communication by using props. Hope you like my explanation. If you like my video, like, share, subscribe to my channel for more updates. Signing off. Thank you.